So, is this the world's first S2000 on E88s? I really want to say that, but unfortunately it's not. It's actually the second one. There's one car in Japan that had done it before, and you know, so originally the plan was to get black E88s for the red car, and then literally like a week after I had that thought, I looked on Instagram and I saw this dude who, funnily enough, he had an Amuse, I had an Amuse, they're both red. I kind of modeled mine after his a little bit because he was the only one with a red Amuse around at the time. He crashes on track, and then I had my unfortunate line of events. And so, obviously that didn't fucking work out. So, I was pretty pissed because I was like, oh, hey, now at least I know the exact specs for this car, right? But unfortunately, this set is not the ideal spec. So, you see I rubbed the shit out of the front because I had to move the caster back. But you'll see that I have a deeper lip on the front. It's actually a square set. So this set was actually for a GTR. So I actually bought it from Jason, and he had it on his R33, but he ordered it for his R32. And you guys can see the fitment's pretty fucking flush. I mean, this fender is pretty cracked. I think I'm running about -4 degrees of camber right now. I haven't gotten alignment yet because I had to put the upper control arms to pull it in because that was Mexi flush. So I actually need to get some spats for the front because the tire is actually coming out now. And I don't think I've seen anyone run spats for the J's S2000, so it might be the first. And then rear fitment, I couldn't put in my spacer, so it's actually kind of sunk in right now because of the not having a spacer. So this set is going to be 18, 10.5 plus 15, so that is a square setup for a GTR. But the thing is, the center bore is 66, and so the S2000 rear is a 64, but the front's a 70.3, I think. So we had to use a 3mm spacer to clear it because I have a BBK, and luckily enough the rotor on the BBK kind of covers up the center bore a little bit. And so I gotta do extended studs so that I can, you know, make the wheel come out a little bit more and have that perfect fitment. But the good thing with E88s is that they're a 3-piece, and so the center is actually a forged aluminum center, while the exterior is a cast. That's why it has this lip. Apparently, well, that's what Jason told me at least. So it's a little bit stronger because of the double step lip or whatever you want to call it. But you can always rebarrel them. And then E88s do have a tendency to crack on the inside because the outer is, well, it's cast, you know. But barrels that's an easy issue. It's nothing too hard to deal with. And the blue center caps, from what Jason was telling me, is that they used to be only available on the mag, so the actual magnesium wheels, because the blue caps meant that the center was mag, and magnesium, as you know, is it's a race thing, and magnesium actually ignites really fucking easily. So I don't know, I didn't really look into it enough. I always knew there were mag wheels like T37 magnesium, but with it being able to fucking ignite really easily, like I was kind of confused. But anyways, tomorrow we're gonna go put the hubs on for my old car, and so that I can put the spacer on and stick it out some more. So look from the rear. So ideal spec for this car should actually be 18 by 10.5 or 10 is okay. Plus 15 for the 10.5, plus 18 for the 10. But then the thing is, the lip is going to be really small on the front, and the rear should actually be 18 by 11 plus 6. So you guys kind of get an idea how much more how much wider this rear is on the J's kit. And right now tires running are 295 30 18 square 808Rs, but I do maybe want to go down to 265 in the front. But I don't know, I still have a lot of things to go through before this car is going to be like track ready in my vision, you know. The fuck? Problems. But E88s, and now after having the E88s on, I actually really like this wing because it's kind of period correct, and I don't know, the whole idea, the whole ethos behind this car was that I want it to be really clean, unlike the last one, which is more tracked out. A lot of people really like that look, but you know, my taste changes, and I always want to do something different, you know. I mean, I've been looking at something like that for about 7 years now, so kind of get bored of it. And this time around for this car, I want to do. Oh, actually, let me sit down first. Okay, so I can't really get the car in the video right now, but the idea behind this car was for me to be able to build something that was kind of period correct in a way. So the S2000 is a late 90s car, you can count it as 1999, right? First year in Japan. In the US though, the first year was 2000, and so 2000, 2009. So it's not really a 90s car, but during that early 2000s period, you know, it was still, you know, all the Euro race cars are still using E88s, and I think this wheel is just probably one of the most classic and one of my favorite wheels. Obviously it's not, it's probably about as classic as T37s, you know, and the C28s I really like, but you know, I need to get rid of them for, you know, for the E88s. And then you guys probably hear Owen in the back. And I wanted to have a mix between JDM and Euro cars. So anyways, back on topic here. So I wanted to use all the parts that me growing up and, you know, learning about cars, like okay, Momo, Endless, Recaro, and then Jay's Racing and the S2000 were something that came probably later in my like pursuit of car path or whatever the fuck. And the Type 3 Voltex is basically the Type 2 J's, which is the double decker wing, which is the first wing Jay's Type GT I actually used. And Owen. And so, you know, and I also wanted to mix in American race parts or just high-end race parts with it because I do want to drive the car. It's going to be a race car. I hate that term because I want to keep it full street car. I want to have it full interior. I maybe want to do a full cage just so that when I'm top down I can be a hot boy, you know. And so things to do with this car, fuel line, because 06 Pluses don't have a fuel return line for the for the gas, and so basically you can't run a surge tank. I could run a baffle, but I'm technically not making enough power, or yeah, I'm not making enough power on E85. Right now this car, Dino from previous owner was saying it was 430 and 288, and so if you guys are wondering, this is Daniel's old car, so this is a white, the white J's. And so it looks completely different now, but as you guys, if you guys have been following me for a long time, you guys know that I always change the look up really, you know, quickly and easily. And it's very hard for people to recognize that it's the same car because, I don't know, I'm just always about having, you know, my own style, and that's the way to, you know, like having your own taste. You know, taste is something that can be acquired and it changes over time. I really like the black and red look, but maybe for the next car, maybe for whatever. But this is, I think, my ideal look for the age. You know, I'm getting older, I'm 26, so people change over time, you know, nothing ever stays the same. There's no indefinite or definite, you know, thing to stay close to. And, you know, my advice for anyone that wants to, you know, have your own style, like, okay, I was never a clout chaser. You know, I'm not doing any of this for, you know, the clout. It's always just been shit that I wanted to do, knock off my bucket list. And I'm hoping it, you know, it's coming along. You know, there's still a few more things I need before it's like 100% the way that I want it, but it's getting pretty close. And this time that pursuit for perfection is really what the end goal is going to be for this car. This is probably going to be my last build. I mean, I honestly, like, I fucking hate working on cars. I'm not a mechanic, but I've been learning a lot. There's been a lot of people around me that have been guiding me to do mechanical stuff and this and that, and you know, hopefully we'll get to do more racing. And I don't know, that's really just a short video about these E88s because I fucking love these wheels so much. And so if any of you guys do want to order E88s, you are available to get them in 5x114 or custom spec'd out, but the wait time might be a little longer. But if you guys are interested, feel free to hit me up, ask me questions or whatever, and I can help you guys get set up and order a set of E88s if you guys do want to. And for a matter of fact, probably any of the other BBS wheels as well. So yeah, the Ethos, long story short, is European / JDM mix. I kind of wanted to be that bridge, and the reason why I went with this color was really, like, originally I wanted to do the 30th anniversary Diablo color, but unfortunately, like, I saw this diecast model, this 1/18th scale and 1/64th scale, and it was in this pink, so it's very close to this fuchsia in the light, but it really needs to get painted to be the exact color that I want. But in the 80s and the 90s, like, okay, Porsche Ruby Stone, your Diablo 30th anniversary, purple pink kind of color. I wanted to go something along that line. Like, I wanted to bring it back to my favorite time period in terms of cars and movies and maybe even fashion, so because everything really in life kind of ties together for me: photography, cars, movies. Because if you guys follow my Instagram, you guys will know that I want to do short film, and I want it to be more vintage feel, so I wanted the car to kind of fit that vibe in a certain way. But I think this is going to be enough for today's short video, so I will catch you guys on the next video. And I have put up my membership, and if you guys buy shit through Amazon, just click through one of the links and look at whatever you need to buy, because in that way, like, you guys can help me, make more money so that I can keep doing this shit, because fucking stupid. And yeah, the membership channel, if you guys want like exclusive videos, if you guys want exclusive live chats, live streams or whatnot, feel free to join. I mean, the cheapest one is like $1.99. I just for fuck's sake, I put it in a $100 one just because it's like, I don't know, it was empty, it was there. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or have any videos that you guys want me to make, DM me on Instagram or comment or whatever, and we'll see how that goes. So yeah, this was just short vlog and update for today, so bye.